Hello again and welcome to my channel. My name is Sahini and today I'm going to make some Romanian Sarmale. This is one of Romania's main dishes for their country. It is just stuffed cabbage rolls with beef or pork. You can put lamb or you can put a mixture of any depending on preference. So I hope you enjoy the video. So with the first step, I'm going to take beef. I'm taking the beef from Sarmale today. So you just get 2 packs of 500 grams of beef. You add it into the bowl, just like that. And then you get 1 branch of dill and 1 branch of parsley chopped, and you add that to the beef mixture as well. The first step is really easy because it's just basically adding everything inside the Sarmale mixture. You're going to take 1 cup of basmati rice. Just add that as well. And then you're going to get 1 onion that is chopped into diced shapes and add that to the mix. And then for seasoning, you're going to get 1 tablespoon of black pepper. You just take 1 tablespoon of black pepper and sprinkle that on top. And then your next step is you're going to take 1 tablespoon of salt and add that on top as well. With the Sarmale seasoning, some people tend to add different seasonings as well. You can add chili flakes, you can add paprika. It just depends how spicy or not you want the actual filling to be. And you're just going to take your hands and then just grind it all together until all the ingredients end up coming into one. Just continue to keep going, kneading the beef together. Make sure you catch all, or as much as you can, with the basmati rice as well. Some people don't tend to add too much salt depending on how much seasoning. So say for example you put paprika inside, you don't need to add too much salt. You can add half a tablespoon, but it all just depends on preference. So you want this to all come together just like that. So as you're kneading the mixture for the Sarmale, it should come together like this, but sometimes it does separate. So the easiest way to keep the formula as one is to just get 2 eggs whisked and just pour it on top. That should keep the texture of the Sarmale all into one. Maybe a bit sticky, but it keeps it together. Just keep going until the egg mixture is all coming together like this. So you want to keep kneading it until it's a bit dry on the surface of the bowl. So now it's all like mushy. You can be able to pick it up together when you put the Sarmale mixture inside the cabbage rolls. Just keep kneading continuously for about 5 minutes and it should come into a solid mash like this. So the next step is to take your cabbage leaves. What you can do is get the ones that are soaked in vinegar. You can get them from any Eastern European or Turkish store. I used to get the ones in the actual jar that are already soaked over, like inside with vinegar. We can get the ones that are in the bag that are airtight. Either would do. So you just soak this the night before, so all of the vinegar salt will come out of it. Because otherwise, if you do it straight from the actual batch, it'll be very salty, and you already added salt to your Sarmale mixture. So you take the leaf. Some of them are actually still, they do break. If you can see closely, they do break sometimes and open up. So what you can do is take the cabbage leaf, spread it out onto the chopping board, and then you just want to cut the excess leaves off. So you get this, if you can do it close, you can get the stalk plant of the cabbage and then just put it up this way. You don't want to roll this inside the hard bit because the sarmale will become too crunchy. So I just take it off just like that. Just cut it with a small knife. And then it should be like a triangular shape. So because where the holes are sitting, what you can do is just carefully put the holes on one side. Let's say the holes are here, put towards you, facing like this. You get a small tablespoon of Sarmale mixture, so about 1 tablespoon, just like that. You want to add it to the corner facing yourself. You just want to stuff it right in the middle. So just put this bit forward. You want to stuff it right in the middle like that. Take the bottom corner and tightly wrap, press it inside, tightly wrap around like this, and slowly just go over and wrap around. And then you want to get the corners, just take the corner of the Sarmale cabbage leaf, do the same on the other side. Make sure it's really tight because you don't want to make them loose, otherwise they will just open up inside the pan once you've cooked them. You want to fold it over again. And then it will look something like this. So you just continuously do that with each leaf. And then once you're done, just put it on the other side. Bear with me one moment. You just take it and put it inside, hold it on the bottle, it's gonna fall. Hold it on the bottom. And you can put it in any bowl for the oven. So you basically just do continuously. With the excess cabbage leaves, you can make some sucre. I don't know how you explain, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. So you can just put it on the side and you just do the same again. So the next step after you've rolled all the Sarmale rolls is take the discarded bit of cabbage and then you've got to dice them like this. So just take all the stalks and the extra cabbage leaves and then just dice them. This will be used to just cover the Sarmale in the pot when you do it in the stove. So you just dice them up. Just don't throw them in the beginning, I forgot to mention. Just dice it and put it in the bowl. So it's going to be layered when you put it in the pot, which I'll be showing you in the next step. Make sure you get them into small pieces. And that will be used obviously to layer the Sarmale when it's slow cooking. So once the Sarmale is all settled into the pot on the stove, you just get 2 tins of peeled tomato plum and blend it for about 1 minute. So put it in. So once that's all blended, that will be added to the Sarmale on the top. Just make sure it's no more like chopped bits inside and just keep blending until a bit thick. Okay, so once all the Sarmale rolls are wrapped up, what you've got to do is just take one Sarmale in a pot that has a lid. It can be a crock pot like a clay one, or it can be a normal metal steel one. you want to just line the Sarmale on the bottom for the first layer. So as you do the first layer, you take a bit of your cabbage that you have diced up and then just sprinkle it on top, and making sure you cover the actual first layer of your Sarmale rolls. It's preferable how much you want to put. I want to put like most of it on each layer. You just want to cover each corner and the center, and it should look like that. So your second step is to get the rest of your rolls, so the rest of your Sarmale rolls that you have, and then just place them around like this. So you just keep going around the bowl of the pan, so you'll get 2 layers of that as well. So you just keep adding until the second layer is covered with the rest of your Sarmale rolls. Make sure you just do it carefully because you don't want to break them as well, because the cabbage is quite delicate too. You just keep going until all that is done as well. Some people tend to put like extra bits of beef or pork filling in the middle, but I don't personally do that. I just put the Sarmale rolls. So once this is covered, just repeat the same step as I done previously. So you're looking like this, and then you're going to cover that as well with more cabbage. So I'm going to use the rest of mine on the top until all the covers are done. So once you've blended everything, just leave that to set aside for the tomato paste. You're going to take about 6 cups of water. You can just fill up your kettle to about halfway, and then you're going to add water until it gets about halfway. You will see it in the corners. So when it's almost full, so not too full, almost full. It's just like make sure you get it on top of this Sarmale rolls and the cabbages. And you just keep pouring until you see it about halfway. So you just lift the pot and you see the water flowing into the corner just down here. That's how much water you would need. Then you would take your tomato paste that's half full inside the blender and just add that on top of the Sarmale like this. Making sure you cover the whole pot as much as you can. Just cover just like this. And then it will look something like that. So be half water, half tomato paste. With that being done, you're going to get a cover of the pot or the clay pot if you do have one. Just cover that and put it onto a low to medium heat for about an hour, and it will simmer. So after 2 hours of slow cooking, your Sarmale rolls is supposed to be the end result. This can also be served with some marmalade and sour cream, which I will show at the end result once served. And this will be your end result. A bit of sour cream and some marmalade.